Ahem. Okay, members, public meeting is about to reconvene, and I need to remind you that all discussion on the pink papers must now end. I believe that our Democratic Services Officer has turned the webcast back on. So we have received a confidential presentation from the project director on the land drawdown. So I need to ask you now if we can confirm the recommendation. And the Manydown Overview Committee is asked to consider and comment on the scope and content of this report. Its comments will be considered by the Executive Director of Corporate Services and Assets, or the Section 151 Officer, in consultation with the Project Director of Manydown and Chief Operating Officer, Manydown Garden, MGC LLP, and Cabinet Member for Major Projects and Regeneration. It is recommended that the Manydown Overview Committee notes the progress made on the Manydown North project and reviews and provides comments on the content of this report for consideration by the Executive Director, Corporate Services and Assets, in consultation with the Project Director, Manydown, and Chief Operating Officer, MGC LLP, and Cabinet Member for Major Projects and Regeneration, to inform the Gateway Review process outlined at paragraph 8.1. Agreed? Thank you. Okay, now we're going to review our work programme. I'll pass over to you again, Andrew. Thank you.
Thank you, Chair. So we've done an update to the programme that we shared earlier this year, because of obviously the timelines have moved slightly. I think we discussed with the Chair in the briefing with regard to how we might deliver some of this over the course of the next sort of 4 to 5 months, bearing in mind that we will go into a pre-election period in March. The discussion was around potentially having 2 meetings, one in January and one probably in early March. And we've got agreement with the Chair and with our colleagues in Democratic Services just to review how we might deliver that, whether it's through an all-member briefing or whether it's through having 2 mock meetings in that period. So the proposal is just for officers to take this away and agree how we might bring some of those items forward in the new year, so that you'll have the chance to consider, review and debate accordingly. Is there any other comments, Chair?
I'd just like to say I'm very pleased to see that there is a planned presentation from Greener Basingstoke and the Greater South East Net Zero Hub. I shall be looking forward to that. So thank you very much for arranging and facilitating all these parts of the work programme for us. Would anybody else like to make any comments? Councillor Compton.
Thank you. 2 things that I would particularly like to discuss at the right time. One of them is the road network around Wootton St Lawrence. I've tried to work out what the current plans are, but we've got a couple of very dangerous junctions, and I just want to know from the villagers' point of view how we're planning to address the issues that we've got there currently and in the future. And the other is community facilities. So I know that there are plans for community buildings and indoor sports, outdoor sports, all of that sort of thing. But it would be great to look on the map and see what do we know now and what decisions do we need to make and when, so that we don't miss the boat on anything. Because I think it's really important to look at this as a whole picture and to make sure everything works together and complements not just what's happening on Manydown, but also what's happening around it.
Thank you. Noted.
Yeah.
Well, thank you very much, everybody. That looks like it's the end of this meeting. Thank you all very much for coming, and I wish you all a very Merry Christmas. I know it's a bit early, but we won't be meeting again this side of Christmas, so I shall wish you an early Christmas. And enjoy the rest of your evening. Thank you very much. Can I also just remind